Chosen one. Stop for a moment and breathe this in. You are not hearing these words by accident, and you did not arrive here by chance. This moment has been scheduled by heaven, aligned by divine timing, and appointed specifically for your spirit. Before you pressed play, God already marked this encounter. What drew you here was not curiosity, it was alignment. And if you have been seeing 444, 111, or 333 lately on clocks' receipts, in timestamps you keep waking up to that is not coincidence. That is the signal that this frequency was already searching for you before you found it. Anointed one, you are standing at the edge of a supernatural turning point. Something that has been forming quietly in the unseen is now pressing toward manifestation. This is not ordinary progress. This is sudden elevation. This is a divine shift. This is a heaven-sent rise that will shock the people who watched you struggle, questioned your path, and misunderstood your silence. Chosen one, hear this clearly. The delay was not denial. The hidden season was not punishment. As it is written in Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3, the vision is appointed for a set time, and though it tarries, it will surely speak and not lie. That appointed time is now unfolding. God has been preparing you in secret, so he can reveal you in power. Type Amen in the comments if your spirit just received that. Not as a ritual, but as your agreement with what heaven has been building in you through every season you could not explain. What is coming will not be subtle. It will be undeniable. It will carry favor, authority, and provision that cannot be explained by human logic. Anointed one, let your spirit come into agreement. Quiet your mind, open your heart. Heaven is about to speak, and what follows will change how you see your past, your family, and your future. Chosen one, listen closely. Before you ever pressed play, heaven was already moving on your behalf. Something in the unseen has shifted, and that shift is pulling you into this exact moment with divine precision. I need you to feel the weight of that. You are not here by curiosity. You are here by calling. There is a pull in your spirit because your rise, your unveiling, your God-ordained elevation is already in motion. If you sense this word was not placed in front of you for today alone, save it now. Some words carry more weight the second time you return to them. I know what it feels like when life has kept you in the shadows too long, when you have watched others move forward, while you stood in a season that felt endless. I have lived through nights where I questioned whether God still remembered my name, moments where I wondered why silence felt louder than answers. And every time without fail, heaven revealed that the hidden season was never a punishment. It was preparation. Amen if that truth just met something in you that needed to hear it. The hidden season was never against you. It was building you. So when I speak to you today, I am not speaking from theory. I am speaking from scars that turned into stories and stories that turned into strength. I am speaking from nights when I felt overlooked, but later realized I was being preserved. And right now, someone else is in the middle of their own unfinished night, still in the scar stage, not yet able to see the story forming in them. If this message has brought light into a season you once could not explain, the link is in the description, or scan the QR code in the pinned comment for those who feel moved to help carry this word to the next person still waiting in the dark. No obligation, simply an open door. And that same preservation is happening in your life right now. Anointed one, whether you see it or not. Your family saw your struggle because they needed to witness the contrast. They saw the weight on your shoulders, the disappointments you swallowed, quietly, the late-night tears you never explained. But what they did not see was the hand of God shielding you, shaping you, refining you like a precious stone hidden from public display until its brilliance is ready to be revealed. I have walked through seasons where people misunderstood the process God had me in. They thought I was stuck when God was actually setting the stage. They thought I was behind when heaven was actually building the foundation for something bigger than I could explain. And, chosen one, the same pattern is unfolding for you. Heaven has been constructing your rise behind the curtain, because when God reveals you, it will not be subtle, it will be sovereign. There is a reason the enemy tried to isolate you. There is a reason certain doors stayed shut, certain relationships fell apart, certain opportunities bypassed you, even when you felt ready. I remember moments in my own journey when isolation felt like abandonment, but later I understood it was insulation. God was not removing me. He was protecting me from environments that would have polluted the oil on my life. The enemy works over time to distort your perception, to magnify your failures, to convince you that you are behind. But the truth is, every delay has been strategic. Every slow season has been intentional. Every quiet moment was heaven training you to recognize the voice of God without the noise of the world. Chosen one, you need to understand something deep in your spirit. What looked like stagnation was actually consecration. There are blessings God will not release until your spirit is aligned, until your character matches your calling, until your roots can carry the weight of the fruit He is about to grow in your life. I have learned this the hard way. There were seasons when I begged God to accelerate me, not realizing that acceleration without preparation leads to collapse. But when God prepares you in the dark, when He refines you without applause, when He molds you without approval, you come out carrying a strength that cannot be shaken and a wisdom that cannot be stolen. And that is where you are now. You are stepping into the moment where hidden work meets public revelation, where private obedience meets supernatural elevation. Your rise will not just be noticeable, it will be undeniable. The people who questioned you will witness what heaven has been orchestrating. The ones who doubted you will see the doors God reserved only for you, and the ones who underestimated you will marvel at the grace resting on your life. But here is what I need you to grasp. This rise is not just about you. It is about the bloodline behind you and the generations ahead of you. Just as I have watched God use my hardest seasons to break patterns I did not even know I was carrying. He is using your journey to shift your entire lineage. The fear you fought your children will not fight. The limitations you battled your family will not inherit. The spiritual weight you carried, you are breaking it for those who come after you. Anointed One, heaven has been watching your endurance. Every time you chose faith instead of frustration, every time you held on to hope, even when evidence was missing. Every time you whispered prayers that no one knew you prayed. Heaven documented it. Your obedience in private is unlocking favor in public. Your persistence in silence is paving the way for a rise that will echo through generations. If that is your story, the obedience no one applauded, the persistence no one witnessed, type this: my silence was not weakness. It was an offering that heaven recorded. And now you are stepping into a season where God will not just restore, He will reveal. Where He will not just uplift, He will establish. The people who saw your struggle will witness your elevation. The ones who counted you out will see that heaven counted you in from the beginning. And when your rise unfolds, they will know without question God did this. Chosen one, breathe. Your moment has begun, chosen one. If this word found you at the right moment tonight, and it did, because nothing about this encounter was accidental, know that it is also searching for someone else, whose moment has already been scheduled by heaven. The link is in the description, or scan the QR code in the pinned comment, for those who feel led to help send this word into the next appointed encounter. Every seed planted here carries it further. Now, lean in even deeper, because what I am about to speak into your spirit is not just encouragement, it is revelation. There comes a moment in every destiny carrier's journey when heaven shifts from preparation to presentation, from hiding to unveiling, from shaping to showcasing. And you, anointed one, are stepping into that moment right now. You may not feel ready. You may still see your flaws, your wounds, your uncertainties, but God is not revealing you because you feel prepared. He is revealing you because the time is appointed. Divine timing does not wait for human confidence. It moves when heaven has completed its work in the unseen, even if you still feel unfinished. I remember a season in my life where I felt like the least qualified person in the room. Not because others said so, but because I constantly questioned whether God could truly use someone who still carried scars. But the day came when God made it undeniable that the very scars I tried to hide were the signs of endurance He needed to display. And chosen one, the same pattern is unfolding in you. Your scars are not liabilities. They are proof that you walked through fire and did not burn. They are evidence that storms came but did not swallow you. Claim it out loud. Type it. I walked through the fire and I did not burn. My scars are proof, not shame. They are reminders that you wrestled darkness and came out holding your identity even tighter. This is why your elevation will shock your family. Not because God wants to embarrass anyone, but because He wants to demonstrate that no human narrative, no family opinion, no generational mindset can override His calling. Many in your family only saw the struggle stage. They saw the emotional battles, the setbacks, the confusion, the slow seasons where nothing seemed to change. They saw you at your lowest, and because they assessed you by the moment and not by the mantle, they formed conclusions that heaven never agreed with. But God was working in the shadows, restructuring the foundation of your life, reprogramming your identity, strengthening your spirit, until you could carry what He always intended for you. The misunderstanding, the judgment, the assumptions, they were part of the process. If people had seen the full picture too soon, they would have tried to shape your path according to their comfort instead of God's purpose. So God allowed them to see only fragments while He molded the whole. Your hidden season protected you from premature expectations, and it insulated you from voices that would have diluted your divine assignment, anointed one. The enemy worked overtime to convince you that being overlooked meant being forgotten. He whispered lies that made you question your worth, your timing, your destiny. But what he feared was not your struggle, it was your becoming. The enemy knows that when a chosen one realizes who they are, recognizes what they carry, and rises into alignment with heaven, entire bloodlines shift. And that is exactly what is happening now. Your rise is not personal. It is generational. Your obedience has been plowing ground your family never touched. Your faith has been breaking ceilings your lineage could not surpass. Your persistence has been opening gates your ancestors could only dream of crossing. Declare this over your bloodline. I am the first. I am breaking what those before me could not reach, and what I break, those after me will walk through freely. I have lived through moments where God promoted me in ways I could not logically explain. Doors opened that should have stayed shut. Opportunities rose out of nowhere. People who once doubted me came back speechless, unable to deny what God was doing. And I learned something powerful when God elevates you. He does it in a way that leaves no fingerprints, but His. He moves so deliberately, so strategically, that even those who resisted you must eventually say this had to be God. Chosen one, that same supernatural imprint is resting on your next season. Your rise will not come through striving. It will come through surrender. It will not come through forcing doors. It will come through walking through the doors. Heaven opens. It will not come through chasing validation. It will come through embracing identity. This is why God spent so much time working on your heart. He needed you healed enough to hold blessing without pride. He needed you grounded enough to receive honor without losing humility. He needed you whole enough to withstand the visibility that accompanies breakthrough. And now that the internal work is complete, the external shift is about to unfold quickly, unexpectedly, and undeniably. People will ask how you arrived where you are, and your answer will not be a formula. It will be a testimony. You will say God did it, not because it sounds spiritual, but because it is the only explanation that fits. Your family will witness a version of you they never imagined, not because you changed suddenly, but because God is finally revealing what He has been shaping patiently. Chosen, 1. Breathe. Heaven is not asking you to perform. Heaven is asking you to align, stand in the truth of who you are. Walk in the authority you have earned through tears, prayers, and perseverance. Your rise is not coming. It has begun. Chosen one. As we step deeper into this revelation, I need you to understand something your spirit has likely felt for years, but could not articulate. Your journey has never been random. Every setback, every slow season, every closed door, every delay was stitched into your destiny with purpose. There were moments when you begged for acceleration, when you cried out for God to move faster, when you wondered why your prayers seemed suspended in silence. And while you wrestled with the timing, heaven was orchestrating a rise so strategic, so intentional, that it required patience, pressure, and pruning. Anointed one. Your rise is not sudden. It is synchronized. I remember seasons where I saw others sprint ahead while I was stuck in place. They were celebrating milestones while I was battling confusion. They were collecting opportunities while I was collecting lessons. And there were nights I questioned if I had somehow been disqualified. But what I did not realize then, and what I need you to grasp now, is that God never builds quickly when He is building deeply. The deeper the calling, the deeper the foundation, the deeper the assignment, the deeper the refinement. You were not stuck. You were being strengthened. You were not delayed. You were being developed. Type this as your declaration. I was not stuck. I was being strengthened for the weight I was not yet ready to carry. And now the strength you built in private is about to carry you through doors that only the mature can sustain. Hunter, chosen one. Your family witnessed your breaking but will witness your becoming. They saw the parts of you that were unfinished. They saw your uncertainty, your frustration, your vulnerability, your struggles. Some of them believed that what they saw was all there was to you. They assumed your slow season was the final story. They mistook your pain for permanent limitation, but heaven saw something different. Heaven saw potential wrapped in process. Heaven saw oil being pressed, character being formed, spirit being strengthened. And now heaven is preparing to reveal the version of you they were never meant to see too soon. This rise will shock them because it will not match the version of you they became familiar with. It will not align with the assumptions they created while watching you wrestle through seasons you did not know how to explain. It will not reflect the labels they placed on you during moments of weakness. Your rise will feel supernatural because it will expose the gap between who they thought you were and who God always knew you were. That gap is where the glory of God will rest. That gap is where divine vindication will speak louder than your explanations ever could. Antipode prepared you to carry more than you realize. You have learned to endure without applause. You have learned to believe without evidence. You have learned to trust when nothing made sense. And those are the qualities that heaven honors. Many people can shine when everything goes right, but only a chosen one learns to shine in the dark. Only a chosen one learns to praise through pressure. Only a chosen one learns to stand when everything tries to break them. Amen. If that is exactly what you have been doing, shining when it was dark, praising under pressure, standing when every force tried to move you, and because you stood, because you stayed faithful, because you held on to hope even when your hands were trembling, heaven is rewarding you with elevation that cannot be denied. There is a supernatural alignment happening around you right now. People are being shifted out of your path. Resources are being reassigned to your name. Opportunities are waking up with your identity attached to them. Conversations are being held in rooms you have never entered by people you have never met. About doors you did not even know existed. Heaven is aligning everything that once felt scattered. Even the mistakes you made are being woven into purpose. Even the moments you thought disqualified you are becoming the very testimonies that qualify you for influence. I have lived through seasons where I thought I had ruined God's plan for my life. Times when I made decisions out of fear, not faith. Times when I felt I had wasted years I could never get back. But God has a way of redeeming time in ways that defy human logic. He does not just restore, He multiplies. He does not just repair, He rebuilds stronger. He does not just return what was lost, He adds purpose to it. And the same redemption is happening for you. Chosen one, your lost years are not lost. Your wounded seasons are not wasted. Your painful chapters are not pointless. Heaven is weaving them into the very platform you will stand on. And hear this carefully, your rise will not create distance. It will create purpose. The same family who questioned you will seek you for wisdom. The same ones who misunderstood you will look to you for clarity, if that landed as truth in your spirit, rather than wishful thinking. If something in you recognized it, rather than reached for it, press the like button as your quiet agreement with what heaven has declared over your life. Not because you are superior, but because your journey unlocked revelation they need. Your scars will become their map. Your healing will become their hope. Your elevation will become their invitation. Type this and mean it. I am not rising for myself alone. My healing is someone else's direction. My breakthrough is someone else's open door. If your healing is already becoming someone else's direction, if your breakthrough is already someone else's open door, then what you plant into, what carried this word to you, becomes part of that map. The link is in the description, or scan the QR code in the pinned comment for those who feel moved to sow from this place. A seed planted while revelation is still alive in you goes further than you realize. You are not rising alone. You are rising as a doorway for your bloodline. Chosen one, stand tall. Heaven is not merely lifting you, heaven is showcasing you, and what God is about to place on your life will not be quiet. It will not be hidden. It will not be subtle. It will carry the weight of glory, the mark of destiny, and the signature of divine timing. You are stepping into a season where heaven will make it clear. You are chosen, you are called, and you are rising, chosen one. As we continue, I need you to understand something that will shift the way you interpret every season of your life. God has been writing a story in you that requires both valleys and mountaintops, both silence and revelation, both pressure and promotion. You are not simply moving from struggle to elevation. You are transitioning from formation to fulfillment. The version of you that survived the wilderness is not the same version that will step into promise. And that transformation, anointed one, is the very thing your family, your critics, your doubters, and even you yourself never saw coming. When God chooses someone for a generational assignment, He does not develop them casually. He develops them intentionally, slowly, deeply, often painfully. There were moments in your life that felt like breaking points. Nights when you felt stretched beyond capacity. Days when you felt unseen, unheard, and unappreciated. And you wondered, why me? Why does it seem like my path is harder than others? I have asked that very question myself. I have lived through seasons where my spirit felt exhausted from carrying battles no one around me could see. But every time, without fail, God revealed that the pressure was not punishment, it was preparation. He was not trying to break me, He was trying to build me, and the same is true for you. You were chosen not just to rise, but to rise differently. Your elevation is not coming through the usual routes. It is not coming through human favoritism, convenient timing, or predictable success. Your rise is supernatural, heaven-backed, spirit-driven. That is why the enemy fought you so aggressively. That is why certain opportunities slipped through your fingers. That is why relationships crumbled when you tried to hold them together. That is why your name was not mentioned in rooms you hoped to enter. The enemy was not afraid of who you were. He was terrified of who you were becoming. And heaven allowed certain things to fall away because they could not go where you are going next. Your rise, anointed one, is designed to make a statement, not about your achievements, but about God's faithfulness. The people who witnessed your struggle needed to see it not to shame you, but to understand the depth of the testimony that is about to unfold. Because when God lifts you, the contrast between where you were and where you are going will leave no room for human explanation. It will point directly to the hand of God. I have learned that God often allows an audience for your pain, so they can become witnesses to your redemption. He allows observers during your low seasons, so they can testify during your elevation. And right now, heaven is preparing to display what was once hidden. Chosen one, you carry an oil that was produced through endurance, tears, and faithfulness. When no one was watching, oil like that cannot be imitated. It cannot be fabricated. It cannot be manufactured in comfort. It is purified in fire. Oil purified in fire is not ordinary, and neither is what you release from it. If this word has been part of what kept your flame alive through the pressing, and you feel the prompting to sow into what carried it here, the link is in the description, or scan the QR code in the pinned comment. What you plant from the fire season does not return empty. Heaven multiplies what is given from the furnace. And because your oil is authentic, your rise will be undeniable. Think of every moment you felt overlooked, every opportunity that passed you by, every time you felt like the last in line in heaven's timeline. Those moments were not setbacks. They were setups. God was ensuring that when He finally opened the door for you, no one could shut it, no one could question it, and no one could take credit for it. Your name is being spoken in places you have not yet entered. Your presence is being prepared for assignments you do not yet see. What your family will witness next is not just a personal breakthrough, but a divine unveiling. They will see the courage you built in secret, the wisdom you gathered through hardship, the strength you cultivated in quiet seasons. Some of them misread your silence as weakness. Others misinterpreted your battles as failure, but they did not see the warfare you survived. They did not see the nights you held on to God when everything else was collapsing. They did not see the spiritual victories won when you were on your knees, crying out for direction. But God saw it. Heaven recorded it. And now your reward is coming in a way that will silence every doubt. Anointed one, your rise will confront generational patterns. The fear that held your parents will not hold you. The ceilings that limited past generations will shatter under your feet. You were raised in environments that did not reflect your calling, not because you were misplaced, but because you were meant to break the cycle, and that is why your elevation is bigger than you. It is connected to legacy, to lineage, to liberation. The moment you step into your God-ordained position, something will shift in your entire bloodline. Those who come after you will walk through doors you opened through prayer, sacrifice, and obedience. Everything in your life, the confusion, the delay, the refining, the pressing, has been pushing you to this divine turning point. And now heaven is saying, rise. Not gradually, not quietly, but boldly, powerfully, unapologetically, because you are stepping into a season where grace goes before you, favor surrounds you, and destiny pulls you forward. Chosen one, this is your moment, your unveiling, your divine emergence. The rise that God promised is beginning, and it will not be stopped. Chosen one, as we step into this next revelation, I need you to breathe deeply and let your spirit settle. Because what I am about to speak carries a weight of destiny that is touching your life even now. There is a reason heaven has been so intentional with your journey. You were never meant to rise like everyone else. You were never meant to follow the predictable path, the ordinary pattern, or the familiar blueprint. Your story has always carried a divine irregularity, a holy interruption woven into the very fabric of your existence. And because of that, your rise was designed to take longer, dig deeper, and shine brighter than what runs in your family line. Anointed one, understand this truth. You are not the continuation of what came before you. You are the correction. You are not repeating the pattern. You are reversing it. You are not extending the limitation. You are breaking it. There were parts of your past that felt unfair, unnecessary, even cruel. Times when you felt like you were carrying burdens Your family never carried fighting battles you did not create, and standing alone in spiritual warfare that no one around you could understand. And it made you question your place, your purpose, your calling. I have lived through those same tension seasons when I felt I was fighting giants that did not belong to me, wrestling darkness that seemed older than my own life. But what I learned, and what I need you to hear now, is that God trusted you with those battles because He anointed you to win them. You were chosen to confront what previous generations surrendered to. You were chosen to heal wounds your family learned to live with. You were chosen to break chains they mistook for personality traits. And because you accepted the assignment even without fully understanding it, heaven is about to honor you with a rise that reflects the weight of what you carried. Chosen one, there is a glow forming around your life that your family cannot ignore. They saw you broken, but now they will see you rebuilt. They saw you uncertain, but now they will see you established. They saw you struggle quietly, but now they will see you rise loudly. This rise will perplex them because it will reflect none of the environments you came from. You will speak differently, think differently, move differently, choose differently, and it will not be arrogance. It will be anointing. You will walk with wisdom that cannot be explained by education. You will carry peace that cannot be explained by circumstances. You will display authority that cannot be explained by background. Your elevation will expose the gap between where you came from and who God called you to be. I remember the first time God elevated me in a way that made even those closest to me pause. People who once dismissed me suddenly sought my advice. People who did not take me seriously suddenly respected my voice. And I realized something. God will let people underestimate you so that when He raises you, the contrast becomes undeniable. That same undeniable grace is beginning to rest on your life. Heaven is preparing to reveal the strength you built in secret, the wisdom you earned through wrestle, and the faith you forged in fire. You are entering a season where even the people who thought they knew you will have to reintroduce themselves to the version of you God has shaped. Anointed one, do not be surprised if some people become uncomfortable with your rise. Elevation exposes insecurity in those who never expected you to surpass the limitations they placed on you. Some will question how you grew so quickly. Others will question how you access rooms your family has never touched. But their confusion is simply a sign that God's fingerprints are all over your story. Your rise was never meant to be explained, only witnessed. You do not owe anyone justification for what God is doing. You do not need to shrink yourself to make others feel at ease. Your elevation is meant to break ceilings, not accommodate comfort. Your family will see you step into opportunities that feel supernatural. Doors that were always locked will suddenly open. Connections that once felt distant will begin to chase you. Resources that never flowed toward your bloodline will start gravitating toward your name. Blessings that took previous generations decades to achieve will come to you in accelerated time. And when they ask how, your answer will be simple: obedience. You obeyed when it was lonely. You believed when it was painful. You prayed when it was quiet. You stayed faithful when it was thankless, and heaven never overlooks seeds planted in sacrifice. To sow into what carried this word to you is itself an act of that same faithfulness. You are not reaching for something you do not yet have. You are affirming what heaven already sees in you. If you feel the prompting, the link is in the description, or scan the QR code in the pinned comment. Heaven never overlooks what is given from a faithful hand. Chosen one, the rise you are stepping into is not a moment. It is a mantle. It is shaping you into the first in your family to break certain barriers, the first to walk in certain abundance, the first to carry certain authority. Declare it over your name and your bloodline. I am the first, and because I am the first, I will not be the last. And because you are the first, your process required fire. You had to be strengthened, stretched, and purified in ways that others around you never understood. But now the same fire that refined you will light the path for those who follow you. Your rise is not just for you. It is for legacy, for lineage, for the generations who will walk through the doors you are about to open. Chosen one, lift your head. What heaven is preparing will not resemble anything you have seen before. The rise has begun, and nothing can stop what God is unfolding in your life. Chosen one, as we move into this next unfolding, let your heart stay open and your spirit stay alert. Because this part of the journey carries a level of revelation that only the spiritually awakened can grasp. You are entering a season where God is not just shifting your circumstances, He is redefining your entire atmosphere. The things that once surrounded you, shaped you, pressured you, or limited you are being rearranged by heaven's hand. And this rearrangement is not gentle, not subtle, not quiet. It is decisive. It is divine. It is disruptive in the holiest way. Anointed one. When God prepares a person for generational elevation, He begins by altering the environment around them. That is why relationships changed. That is why your home felt different. That is why your spirit no longer tolerated certain conversations, certain behaviors, certain atmospheres. Heaven began to make you allergic to what was beneath your calling. I remember a season when I could not explain why the places that used to feel comfortable suddenly felt draining. Why the people I once depended on suddenly felt distant. Why the habits I once enjoyed suddenly felt heavy. I thought something was wrong with me, but later I realized something was being awakened in me. God was elevating my discernment before He elevated my position. And chosen one, that same awakening is happening in you. You have been sensing, maybe even struggling with the internal pull toward something higher, something deeper, something holier. You do not fit where you used to fit. You do not flow where you used to flow. And that discomfort is not dysfunction. It is direction. Heaven is pulling you upward. Your family, your friends, even your past self may not fully understand what is happening, because spiritual promotion often looks like emotional distance or personal transformation that others cannot explain. But when God is preparing you to rise in a way that will shock those around you, He starts by upgrading your internal atmosphere long before the external elevation appears. Some people will feel like they are slipping away from your story, not because you rejected them, but because God is protecting you. Some environments will feel like they are closing, not because you failed, but because God is repositioning you. Certain conversations will suddenly feel too small, too shallow, too limiting. Not because you think you are better, but because heaven is expanding you. Chosen one, here, this elevation demands separation. You cannot rise carrying everything and everyone with you. There are weights you must release, mindsets you must outgrow, identities you must shed. And even though this process feels lonely, it is not abandonment. It is alignment. God is aligning you with your next season. You have been walking through an internal transformation that heaven has been orchestrating with purpose. Your thoughts are changing, your emotions are maturing, your vision is sharpening, your spirit is becoming more sensitive, your discernment is becoming more accurate. This is not random growth. This is spiritual recalibration. And as this recalibration intensifies, something powerful is happening. The old version of you is dying. Not your personality, not your essence, but the version of you that lived according to survival instead of strategy. The version of you that tolerated less than what God intended. The version of you that carried burdens that were not yours. The version of you that tried to shrink so others could feel comfortable. That version is fading, and what is emerging is stronger, wiser, clearer, bolder, and more anointed. I have walked through this kind of shedding myself, seasons where God stripped away everything I thought I needed, not to hurt me, but to empty me so He could refill me. And what He poured into me on the other side was incomparable. That is what he is doing with you now. He is stripping away the temporary, so he can anchor you in the eternal. He is removing what was unstable, so he can build something unshakable. He is quieting old noise, so you can hear new instructions. And here is the part your family will not understand until they see the full picture. Your transformation is not cosmetic, it is spiritual. You are not just changing, you are being anointed for your next. You are being strengthened for responsibilities you have not yet stepped into. You are being equipped for doors you have not yet walked through. And when the elevation becomes visible, it will seem sudden to everyone except you. Because while they saw the outside, heaven was working on the inside. While they saw silence, heaven saw shaping. While they saw delay, heaven saw development. Anointed one, the rise that is coming to your life requires a version of you that cannot be shaken by opinions, cannot be manipulated by pressure, and cannot be distracted by noise. That is why God took his time with you. That is why your process felt longer than others. That is why your growth required tears, sacrifice, and surrender. Heaven was not preparing you to rise temporarily. Heaven was preparing you to rise sustainably. And sustainability requires depth, strength, identity, wholeness, vision, discernment, humility. These are the qualities God has been forming within you, often in silence, often in seasons where you felt forgotten. But you were not forgotten. You were being fortified. Chosen one, everything in your life is aligning for a rise that will not just elevate you, but establish you. A rise that will not just bless you, but secure you. A rise that will not just shock your family, but shift your bloodline. And this rise is already beginning. Chosen one. As we continue, I need you to understand the magnitude of what heaven is orchestrating around you. You are not simply entering a new chapter, you are stepping into an entirely new spiritual dimension. This is the phase where what used to drain you will no longer touch you, where what used to intimidate you will now bow to the authority God placed inside you, and what used to confuse you will suddenly make sense, as heaven reveals the patterns, the purpose and the protection behind every step of your journey. Anointed one. This part of your rise will feel different because it is different. You are no longer walking as the version of yourself shaped by survival. You are walking as the version shaped by assignment. There were seasons when you wondered why God allowed you to go through battles that felt too heavy for your shoulders. You questioned why you had to grow up faster than those around you, why you had to feel things deeper, why you had to carry burdens that seemed unfair. What you did not realize then, and what heaven is making clear now, is that those battles were training your spirit for a level of authority your family has never seen. God was not hardening you, he was sharpening you. He was not punishing you, he was preparing you. He was not isolating you, he was initiating you into your next level. Chosen one, you have been moving through a spiritual curriculum that others around you were not enrolled in. You have learned resilience through heartbreak wisdom, through delay faith, through silence and discernment, through betrayal. These were not coincidences. They were divine courses. Every class you passed in the dark is about to manifest as influence in the light. People around you will think you rose quickly, but they did not see the years heaven spent molding you. They did not see the nights you wrestled with doubt. They did not hear the quiet prayers you whispered with trembling hands. They did not witness the internal work God performed while you were hidden. Your rise will shock your family because they will think it happened overnight, not realizing the training was happening beneath the surface all along. They saw the surface storms, but they did not see the spiritual strengthening. They saw the external struggle, but they did not see the internal surrender. They saw the challenges, but they did not see the covenant God was forming with you in the wilderness. And now, when heaven lifts you, it will make sense why the process took as long as it did. Anointed one. The reason heaven had to refine you so carefully is because what you are rising into requires more than talent. It requires character, humility, purity, and spiritual authority. Anyone can be elevated by people, but only those who have been refined by God can be elevated by heaven itself. And when heaven elevates you, no human hand can interfere. No generational curse can block it. No jealousy can sabotage it. Your rise has already been sealed in the Spirit. Now it is beginning to unfold in the natural. I have walked through moments where the shift in my life felt unexplainable. Opportunities I was not qualified for opened. Favor that made no sense began to follow me. People who overlook me suddenly recognized what God placed in me. And do you know what I realized when God is ready to reveal you? He does it in such a way that even your enemies have to acknowledge His hand. That is the kind of unveiling that is coming to you now. Chosen one, your rise will not be quiet. It will not be subtle. It will not be gradual. It will feel like the ground beneath you is changing, like the air around you is shifting, like heaven itself is breathing acceleration into your steps. And this acceleration is divine, not forced, not manufactured, not manipulated. It is heaven's timing aligning with your obedience. Your family will witness blessings they never saw coming. They will watch doors open that no one else in your lineage has ever walked through. They will see God restore what was stolen, rebuild what was broken, elevate what was dismissed, and multiply what was overlooked. And the beautiful thing is this: your rise will not create distance. It will create direction. You will become a blueprint, a living testimony, a walking revelation of what God can do with a surrendered life. Anointed One, heaven is positioning you as the first in your bloodline to break barriers, the first to access certain realms of blessing, the first to walk in levels of abundance your ancestors could only dream of. And with this elevation comes responsibility. But it is a responsibility you are ready for. You have been trained for this. You have been molded for this. You have been prepared for this. Everything in your life, the pain, the confusion, the closed doors, the heartbreaks, the waiting has been leading you to this moment. And heaven is declaring over you now, step forward, step into the version of yourself I created long before your family ever formed an opinion about you. Your story is shifting. Your atmosphere is shifting. Your identity is shifting. And soon your entire family will say, "We did not see this coming." But heaven did. Heaven always did. And now heaven is bringing it to pass. Chosen one, as we step into this next portion of your journey, I need you to slow down and really receive what heaven is speaking. Because what comes next is not just prophecy. It is preparation for the moment your life splits into before and after. You are standing on the threshold of a supernatural unveiling, and the weight of this transition is already stirring in your spirit. You can feel it in the way your thoughts have shifted, in the way your dreams have intensified, in the way certain things no longer satisfy you. That inner stirring is heaven's signal that your old season cannot follow you into the new one. Anointed one, everything about you is being upgraded. Your discernment, your identity, your habits, your perspective. You are evolving into a version of yourself your family has never encountered. And that alone is enough to shake generational structures. For years, people around you thought they understood you. They formed opinions based on the fragments they saw, fragments from your struggle, from your confusion, from your waiting season. But they never saw the full blueprint God was working from. They only saw the parts of you that were still under construction, not the foundation heaven was laying beneath the surface. I have experienced this myself. Moments when people assumed they knew my limits because they had memorized my past. They did not expect God to rewrite the script, elevate the plot, and shift the ending. And when the rise finally came, their shock was not rooted in jealousy. It was rooted in miscalculation. They misjudged who I was because they misunderstood whose I was. Chosen one. The same truth is about to manifest in your life. Your family saw chapters, but God wrote the book. They saw temporary setbacks, but God saw eternal purpose. They saw your waiting as weakness, but heaven saw your waiting as worship. And now the God who watched you endure silently is preparing to reward you openly. Everything about this next season will reveal that you were never the underdog. You were the seed. And seeds do not look powerful in the soil, but they break the ground when the time is right. Chosen one, the timing is right. There is a divine acceleration entering your life. And this acceleration is not the kind the world can manufacture. It is the kind that only God can authorize. You have been walking through doors slowly, carefully, even timidly. But the door that is opening now will require you to walk with boldness, not arrogance, but holy confidence. You are stepping into a realm where heaven endorses every move you make, where opportunities come looking for you, where favor does not drip, it floods. You will feel like things are happening too fast. But heaven wants you to know this is not chaos. This is divine speed. And yes, your family will be shocked, not because you are trying to impress them, but because God is about to elevate you in ways that cannot be hidden. Your breakthrough will be too visible to ignore. Your blessings will be too unusual to explain. Your transformation will be too undeniable to dismiss. They will ask, how did this happen so quickly? They will say, we never expected this. They will wonder why them. But the truth is, heaven has been preparing this moment since long before they formed their opinions about you, anointed. One part of the reason your process was so hard is because the mantle you carry is heavy. Your calling is not casual. Your assignment is not ordinary. Heaven has trusted you with something that requires backbone, discipline, purity, and spiritual maturity. You were not just being shaped, you were being fortified. Every spiritual storm made you stronger. Every delay deepened your faith. Every disappointment sharpened your discernment. And now your spirit is equipped to stand in rooms your emotions once felt unworthy of. You are rising not as the version of you that survived, but as the version of you that was chosen. The version that recognizes patterns. The version that breaks cycles. The version that protects their peace. The version that knows the difference between a distraction and a divine assignment. The version that prays with authority because they lived through battles that taught them how to fight. That version of you is unstoppable. That version of you is anointed. That version of you is who heaven is revealing now. And chosen one, understand this carefully. When God elevates you, He does it with intention. Your influence will carry healing. Your blessings will carry instruction. Your rise will carry revelation. You are not being lifted to shine. You are being lifted to lead. Your family will look at you and see the evidence of God's mercy, God's faithfulness, God's sovereignty. The very ones who questioned your journey will benefit from your obedience. The ones who doubted you will learn from your testimony. Your elevation is not just about your life. It is about generations that will walk through the doors you are about to open. So stand tall, anointed one. Your rise is not coming. It is unfolding. Heaven is positioning you, strengthening you, and preparing the world to witness what it looks like when God Himself says, "Now it is time." This next season of your life will not be quiet. Chosen one, as we continue into this next phase, I want you to understand something deep in your spirit. The rise that is coming to your life is not merely a promotion. It is a spiritual unveiling, a divine announcement, a supernatural validation of every tear you cried in the dark. Heaven is not just elevating you. Heaven is revealing you. There is a difference. Promotion is when you move up in the eyes of people. Revelation is when God exposes what He already placed in you long before anyone recognized it. And that is what is about to unfold. The real you, the anointed you, the strengthened you, the spiritually refined you is emerging. Anointed one, your family only knew the version of you that life shaped. They saw the version molded by survival, by trauma, by pressure, by lack, by confusion. But God is lifting the veil off the version of you that He shaped. The version crafted by prayer, forged in resilience, anchored in faith, sharpened by warfare, and sealed by assignment. This is why your rise will shock them. They were studying your history, but heaven was activating your destiny. I remember seasons when people tried to box me into the last version of myself they could understand. They treated me according to who I used to be, not who I was becoming. And for a long time I internalized their expectations, shrinking myself to match their memories, instead of my mandate. But when God was ready to shift me, He broke every box. He disrupted every expectation. He shattered every label. And what I learned through that process, what I need you to hear now, is that the moment God is ready to reveal you, He will not consult the opinions of those who misjudged you. He does not take a vote. He does not ask permission. When heaven says rise, no human narrative can interfere. Chosen one, you are stepping into the kind of elevation that forces people to confront their miscalculations about you. They will have to reconcile the old version they remember with the new version God has revealed, and that contrast will leave them speechless. This is not because you want to prove anyone wrong. It is because God wants to prove Himself faithful. He wants them to see what He can do with someone who refuses to quit, someone who kept going even when it felt pointless, someone who kept believing even when evidence was missing, someone who surrendered even when answers were delayed. And your surrender, Anointed One, is the reason you are rising. But here is something heaven needs you to understand. Elevation does not erase humility. It amplifies it. God is lifting you because your heart stayed pure even when your circumstances were painful. You did not turn bitter. You did not become hardened. You did not resort to manipulation or shortcuts. You continued to trust, and heaven is rewarding that trust openly. Your rise is not a stroke of luck. It is the harvest of endurance. Oh, chosen one. The next part of your journey requires spiritual maturity, because everything you step into now will carry weight. Your influence will carry responsibility. Your voice will carry authority. Your presence will carry impact, and your life will become a living blueprint for those connected to you. Some will follow your footsteps, others will seek your guidance, and many will draw strength from simply watching how God moves for you. Your family especially will look at you with new eyes, not because you demanded respect, but because elevation will make disrespect impossible. Your growth will be undeniable. Your wisdom will be recognizable. Your transformation will be too consistent, too powerful, too supernatural to ignore. Even those who doubted you will have to admit there is something different about them, and that something is the presence of God on your life. Anointed One, you are rising into rooms where your spirit will speak before your voice does. Doors that your family could not access you will walk through with grace. Opportunities that were historically out of reach for your lineage will become your new normal. You will break ceilings that generations before you did not even know existed. And that is why heaven took so long preparing you, because God is not simply elevating you. He is elevating your bloodline through you. Your rise is generational. You were chosen to interrupt cycles. Cycles of lack, cycles of silence, cycles of limitation, cycles of fear, cycles of settling, cycles of dysfunction. The battles you overcame are battles your children will never have to face. The clarity you fought for is clarity your family will inherit. The blessings coming to you are blessings that will echo through generations. Chosen one, you may have felt alone in your fight, but heaven wants you to know you were carrying the weight of many, and now you will carry the victory of many. This is why your rise will be loud, not flashy, but loud in impact. Loud in transformation, loud in testimony. Your success will speak even when you remain silent. Your peace will preach even when you say nothing. Your joy will reveal to others what God can redeem. Your life will become a message, and the most beautiful part, you will not have to force anything. The same God who got you through the valley will guide you up the mountain. The growth you earned in the dark will sustain you in the light. Your spirit is ready. Your heart is aligned. Your destiny is opening. Chosen one, heaven is calling you forward. Chosen one, As we enter this next dimension of your journey, let your spirit become still for a moment, because what I am about to speak is not just revelation. It is preparation for the weight of glory that is about to rest on your life. You are stepping into a season where God Himself becomes your advocate, your endorser, your defender, your promoter. The rise you are approaching is not one you have to fight for, beg for, or chase. It is a rise that will find you because heaven has already marked you for it. Anointed one, the shift that is coming is so profound that even you will look back and say, "Only God could have done this." For so long, you have carried the pressure of trying to hold everything together, emotionally, spiritually, financially, mentally. You navigated storms that would have broken others. You held on to faith even when it seemed illogical. You kept walking when your strength was gone. And because of that endurance, heaven is now moving with intentional force to elevate you beyond anything you have ever experienced. Your family saw you fight battles silently, but now they will see God reward you publicly. They witnessed your struggle. They are about to witness your rise. Chosen one, hear this clearly. Your elevation will not come through the same doors others use. God did not anoint you to follow the crowd. He anointed you to break the mold. That is why your journey felt unfamiliar, why nothing seemed to go the normal way for you. God had to take you through the long, winding, uncomfortable path so you would recognize His hand, not human help, as the source of your breakthrough. When He raises you, no one else will be able to claim the credit. God is constructing your rise in such a way that the only explanation will be glory, and this rise will be loud. Chosen one, not because you are seeking attention, but because God is using your transformation as a sign. You are the evidence your family needed that God is still moving. You are the answer to the prayers whispered by ancestors who never saw the promise. You are the manifestation of a breakthrough that was delayed for generations, but is now arriving through you. And when your family sees you walk into opportunities that were never available to them, they will recognize that your elevation is not just personal, it is prophetic. Anointed one, this next phase of your rise requires a level of confidence you have never walked in before. Not worldly confidence, holy boldness. The kind of boldness that comes from knowing you are backed by heaven. The kind that allows you to step into rooms you once felt unqualified for. The kind that allows you to speak with authority because you have lived through experiences that shaped your voice. The kind that lets you walk without apologizing for the oil on your life. Many will question how you got where you are going. Some will wonder how you qualified. But they will not understand that God Himself placed His hand on you long before you had the language to describe your calling. You did not choose this rise. The rise chose you. It was written into your destiny before you were born. That is why you could never fit into mediocrity. That is why the normal life never felt like yours. That is why even when you tried to shrink, heaven refused to let you disappear. Chosen one, your spirit is expanding because your life is about to expand. Heaven is stretching your capacity, your emotional capacity, your spiritual capacity, your financial capacity, your leadership capacity. The increase you are stepping into requires strength, wisdom, patience, and discernment. God had to build these qualities in you first, so that your blessing would not break you. He needed to make sure that when the elevation came, you would not sabotage it with old habits or old wounds. And now that your heart has matured, your discernment has sharpened, and your spirit has stabilized, God is saying, now you can carry what I have been preparing for you. Your family will be shocked, because they mistook your development season for stagnation. They thought you were stuck when you were really being strengthened. They thought nothing was happening, not realizing everything was happening beneath the surface. And now when the doors open, it will happen so quickly, so fluidly, so undeniably, that even those who doubted you will be left in awe. Anointed one, your rise carries a generational mandate. Your elevation will break curses. It will open pathways. It will rewrite patterns. You will introduce blessings into your bloodline that were never there before. You will be the one who shifts the family story from survival to abundance, from confusion to clarity, from cycles to freedom. And hear me, you will not rise timidly. You will rise boldly, because humility does not mean shrinking. Humility means acknowledging that the power behind your success comes from God. And as long as you stay anchored in Him, no elevation can destroy you. Chosen one, you are being lifted, you are being promoted, you are being revealed. Heaven has opened the door, and your feet are about to walk through it. This is the rise they never saw coming, but heaven always knew was coming. Chosen one, as we step into this next phase of your journey, I need you to feel the gravity of what heaven is unfolding. You are no longer standing in the season of waiting. You are standing in the season of becoming. Everything around you, within you, and connected to you is shifting, not gradually, but rapidly, intentionally, and prophetically. This is the moment where you begin to see with your natural eyes what your spirit has been sensing for months, even years. The rise you are stepping into is not symbolic. It is tangible. It carries weight. It carries evidence. It carries transformation powerful enough to shift generations, anointed one. Heaven wants you to understand that your rise is not coming after your hardships. It is rising out of them. Every tear watered the soil of your breakthrough. Every disappointment loosened the grip of old cycles. Every betrayal pushed you deeper into purpose. Every closed door redirected you toward destiny. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was random. Every chapter was strategically used to shape the version of you that is now ready to walk boldly into the fullness of your calling. Your family saw the breaking, but they will now see the building. They saw the confusion, but they will now see the clarity. They saw the wrestling, but now they will see the reward. I have lived through moments where the very things that seemed to cripple me were the things God used to crown me. Times when I thought the trial was there to destroy me, but later realized it was positioning me. What I learned, and what heaven is emphasizing for you now, is that God never allows pain without purpose. If it made you stronger, wiser, softer, clearer, or more surrendered, it was preparation, not punishment. And because you allowed God to process you, to refine you, to stretch you, to strip you, you are stepping into a level of elevation that cannot be reversed or resisted. Chosen one, the people who doubted you will soon witness the undeniable hand of God on your life. Not in small ways, but in ways so bold, so public, so supernatural, that even they will say, "Surely the Lord has done this." Your rise will not just shock your family. It will humble them. It will soften hearts. It will break pride. It will awaken curiosity. It will spark repentance. Because when God elevates a chosen one, He does it in a way that transforms not just the individual, but everyone connected to them. And here is the powerful truth. You are not rising instead of your family. You are rising for your family. God is using you as the vessel, the door, the instrument of transformation. The favor He places on your life is not meant to create distance. It is meant to create direction. You will become a lighthouse for those who once overlooked your light. You will become clarity for those who contributed to your confusion. You will become hope for those who watched you suffer, but did not know how to support you. Your life will be the sermon they cannot ignore. Your rise will be the prophecy they cannot deny. Anointed one. This is why the warfare was so intense. You were not just fighting for your future. You were fighting for generational future. You were not just breaking your own chains. You were breaking chains for those who came before you and those who will come after you. You were not just confronting your own limitations. You were confronting generational limits. The battle was bigger than you because the blessing is bigger than you. You paid a price. Others did not understand. But now you will receive a reward others cannot dismiss. And listen carefully. This next level of elevation requires you to walk differently. You cannot bring old insecurities into a new season. You cannot bring old fears into new opportunities. You cannot bring old mindsets into new realms of influence. God is not just elevating your life. He is elevating your identity. He is shifting the way you see yourself. He is breaking the inner ceilings you placed on your own worth. He is teaching you to stand tall, to speak boldly, to walk confidently, not in arrogance, but in spiritual authority. The version of you that is rising now is one who knows who they are, one who understands their value, one who recognizes the oil on their life, one who no longer apologizes for being chosen, one who no longer shrinks to fit small spaces, one who no longer sacrifices purpose for approval. This version of you is unstoppable. Your family will not just see your elevation. They will see your evolution. They will see your peace increasing. They will see your influence expanding. They will see your mindset enlarging. They will see your capacity growing. They will see a glow on your life that no struggle can dim. They will witness the undeniable glory of God shining through your obedience and perseverance. Chosen one, heaven is saying, prepare yourself, because what is coming next will demand strength, clarity, and maturity. But you are ready. You have been shaped for this. You have been trained for this. You have been chosen for this. Your rise will be swift. It will be divine. It will be miraculous. And it will be impossible to ignore. Chosen one, as we step into this final movement of your prophetic journey, allow your heart to steady and your spirit to rise. Because heaven is preparing to seal what it has spoken over you. This is not just the closing of a message. This is the activation of a mantle. What you are stepping into after this will not resemble anything you have walked through before. This is the moment where divine alignment meets prophetic fulfillment, where everything God whispered in the dark begins to manifest in the light. Anointed one, you have reached the threshold of a supernatural turning point, and nothing in your life will remain the same. Heaven wants you to understand that the rise you are about to experience is not meant to be a moment. It is meant to be a movement through your life, a movement through your family, a movement through your bloodline. Every breakthrough you are stepping into now is not isolated. It is connected to generations before you who prayed without seeing results, and generations after you who will walk through doors you opened. You are the hinge between what was and what will be, the divine bridge linking yesterday's brokenness to tomorrow's restoration. That is why your fight was so fierce. That is why your battles felt heavier than your age. That is why you carried burdens that did not belong to just one lifetime. You were chosen as the repairer, the rebuilder, the restorer. Chosen one, your family will witness a version of you they never imagined. They will see you walk with authority. You did not learn from them wisdom. You did not inherit from them a favor that did not match your surroundings. But what will shock them the most is your ability to rise without bitterness, to elevate without arrogance, to succeed without severing. Your rise will not be fueled by revenge, but by revelation. Not by proving them wrong, but by proving God right. You were not called to rise in spite of your family. You were called to rise for your family. I have walked through moments where God elevated me into spaces no one in my lineage had ever entered. Spaces of clarity, financial stability, spiritual maturity, influence, peace and purpose. And when it happened, I realized something powerful. The elevation was not just for me. It was the answer to my grandmother's prayers, the fulfillment of dreams my parents never had the means to chase, the manifestation of freedom my ancestors longed for, but never experienced. You, chosen one, are stepping into that same divine pattern. Your rise is the answer to cries heaven heard long before you were born. And hear this, your rise will be seen, but your transformation will be felt. The atmosphere around you is changing. You will begin to respond differently, speak differently, think differently, make decisions from a place of wisdom, not fear, move with confidence, not hesitation. Choose from alignment, not desperation, and when your family witnesses this internal shift, they will know it had to be God. Anointed One, heaven wants you to prepare for divine visibility, not for fame, not for attention, but for impact. You are stepping into a season where people will look to you for guidance, for clarity, for hope. You will become the stable voice in unstable moments, the spiritual anchor for those who once doubted your calling. And you will carry this responsibility not with exhaustion, but with grace, because God has fortified your spirit for this very assignment. The rise coming to your life will also confront the hidden places within your bloodline, the unspoken pain, the silent trauma, the generational patterns that everyone felt, but no one addressed. Your elevation will not only break cycles, it will expose them. And through your obedience, your healing, your decisions, heaven will close spiritual doors that were never meant to be opened. You are becoming the generational interruption hell never wanted, but heaven always intended. Chosen One, the reason your rise must be public is because your testimony carries deliverance for someone else's private battle. Your victory is the evidence someone in your family needs to believe God again. Your breakthrough is the confirmation they need to trust Him again. Your transformation is the sign they need to seek Him again. You are not just rising, you are reviving faith in others. But understand this: the same people who doubted you will now be drawn to the light on your life. Not because of your success, but because of your peace. Not because of your blessings, but because of your clarity. Not because of your elevation, but because of your humility. You will stand in front of them as living proof that God restores, redeems, and rewrites stories. And in that moment, the moment their eyes soften, their voices tremble, their questions spill out, you will realize that everything you survived was worth it. Every tear was worth it. Every weight was worth it. Every lonely season, every misunderstood moment, every silent battle. It was all shaping you for the very place you now stand. Chosen One, this is the season where heaven says you will rise and they will see it. You will rise and they will understand it. You will rise and they will honor it. You will rise and God will be glorified through it. Lift your head, square your shoulders, align your spirit. Your rise is not coming. It is here, Chosen One. As we close this sacred moment, let your spirit hold what heaven has spoken. You are standing in your Kairos time, the appointed hour, where hidden seeds rise into visible harvest. The shift has already begun. The divine transfer is in motion. Your rise is not a possibility. It is a certainty written over your life by the hand of God. Anointed One, may the favor of the Father surround you. May the clarity of the Spirit guide you, and may the strength of heaven sustain you as you step boldly into what has been prepared. Walk forward with reverence, with gratitude, and with unwavering faith. What is coming will not just elevate you, it will redeem your story and transform your bloodline. If this word resonated in your spirit, Chosen One, declare it in the comments type. I receive my rise. I am ready. Share this message with a family member who needs to hear that their hidden season was never punishment. And remember, your rise will shock them, but it will glorify your God.